All right, hi guys. I know I said I was going to do one of these a day, but I was having some video issues. Mainly, I wasn't doing my job in charging my phone before I took these videos, so it kept on dying. But now the phone's charged, and we're going to get back at it. Once again, we're focusing on 10 to 15-minute workouts you can do at home during the coronavirus stay-at-home order, or even during the off season. We're focusing on things that little leaguers can do all the way through high school varsity players. We're focusing on the mechanics, little parts of the mechanics. You're doing this to try to turn this into muscle memory. If you do each workout once a week, you're going to create that muscle memory, so you're not thinking about it when it's time to actually play and practice and get back out in the field. You can do right now we're focusing on the pitching aspect. Later we'll do the fielding and the hitting and some conditioning stuff, but right now we're doing the pitching stuff. We're focusing on a little piece of the mechanics at a time, and it's building on each other. The first workout and today's workout is can be done inside or outside, but they can be done by yourself, or you can have a parent or a coach look at it. Look, Wyatt, you were looking so funny. I've got Wyatt helping me again, so thank you, Wyatt. We're doing it down in our garage. So we're going to focus, we're going to start with stretches and some calisthenics. Wyatt's just going to demonstrate them, but really stretches, 20 to 30 seconds each, and then enough of the calisthenics to get you warmed up. Really, between the stretches and the calisthenics, should probably only take you about 5 minutes or so. Once again, these are short exercises. So Wyatt's just going to demonstrate the stretches for us. We're going to start with shoulder circles. He's both forward and backwards. Okay, and arm circles slowly. Big arm circles, not short ones. And then front. Okay, and overhead tricep pulls. Both arms, not just your throwing arm. Once again, you're going to hold on to those for much longer than Wyatt is, 20 to 30 seconds. And then shoulder stretches from in front.
Oh, yes.
You don't have to do all the dancing he's doing, but you can if you want. Okay, and it was asked if Wyatt could still lick his elbow. Wyatt can, so show it off, Wyatt.
Why do you ask this every time?
Well, because the videos haven't been working because they've been dying, remember?
Well,
So, Wyatt.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Wyatt. Okay, then we move on to the calisthenics after about 20 to 30 seconds each of the stretches. You'd start with some lunges. You can go from point A to point B, or you can do them in your room and just step back. So lunges with a twist. Make sure the twist is slow. Go ahead. Slow twist. Get a good stretch. Wyatt's really flexible, so it doesn't affect him as much. But when you get older, it makes a difference. Hey, Wyatt.
Okay, like this.
Thank you.
Okay.
Remember, you're helping people, bud. Okay, high knees. You can do it in place and look funny like Wyatt. You can go from point A to point B. And then butt kickers. After you get all nice and warmed up, once again, about 5 minutes or so, you're going to need a glove. And you can use a ball, but you don't necessarily need to use a ball. It's more just holding on to it right now for today's workout. All right, Wyatt's got his glove. First exercise is going to be the arm lift drill. You're going to do about 10 of these. What's going to happen is Wyatt's going to start out in the stretch, and he's going to bring his hands and his feet together to his set point. So show how you do that, Wyatt. So Wyatt's set point is at his chest. That's where I like it too. Some people do it down at the stomach. So can you show that? Yeah, you can go all the way down there. So you're going to come from a little high down to your set point. What I want you to focus on is getting it in the midline of your body. So I'm going to come around Wyatt here. So when I talk about the midline of his body, I mean down the nose. There you go. So where his hand's right about there, which is about his midline. That's what I want you to focus on. And what he's going to do, so go wide again, Wyatt. Hands apart, feet apart. Okay. And he's going to come to a set point. Focusing just on coming to that midpoint to his set point. The same set point, the same middle every time. And then he's going to slowly separate his arms into his back arm up and his front arm facing forward. Go ahead and show that. Okay. Then he's going to reset. He's going to go wide again, arms apart. And he's going to come set to the same spot, and he's going to separate his arms. This doesn't have to be fast. You're creating muscle memory. Once again, you're focusing on just coming set with your hands at that midpoint and separating your hands. All right, Wyatt, you're silly. That's how it started right there. The next one is going to build off, the next drill is going to build off the first one. Once again, you're going to do about 10 reps of this. This is the front arm drill. We're going to go through the same steps. So Wyatt, go from the stretch, come set. He does it at the chest. Once again, if you go down the stomach, that's fine, but focus on that midpoint. And then when he separates, he's going to focus on his front arm pointing. And when he does it, oh, hold on, keep it down for a second. Okay, when he separates, see how it's shoulder level across? Okay, we're gonna do that, and then he's gonna practice turning over his mitts, thumb side up, because when you do that, as you're coming around, you're gonna curl that mid in. Show me how you curl that mid in. That's gonna help square you up. Okay, but you wanna get that point in. This isn't so big if you come set on the chest level, but for people that come set at the stomach, Wyatt, can you come set at the stomach? Okay. When he separates, his back arm's going to go straight up, but his front arm's going to come up slowly and turn, and you still want to make sure you get to shoulder level with that mitt. So Wyatt, can you slowly show that? There you go. Yeah, but we're not going to practice the curling in right now. We're going to practice coming up shoulder level and turning that mitt over. Okay? All right, so Wyatt's going to demonstrate here full speed now that we've gone through the steps. Go ahead, Wyatt. He comes set, midline. Oh, no, do them at the same time, Wyatt.
Okay.
And turn it over. He's maybe a little faster. It doesn't need to be such an exaggerated. Okay. Once again, it goes a little faster than that when you're actually pitching, but once again, we are also committing muscle memory, right? We're not pitching, so we're not doing everything full speed. Okay, so once again, you'll do 10 of those. Go. All right, next exercise is the barrel chest drill. We're going to build on the things we're doing, except this time Wyatt's going to continue the throwing motion or simulating the throwing motion. And what he's focusing on is getting that chest squared up to where the catcher is. And I'm the catcher right now, Wyatt, okay? So he's sticking it out now, but you want to focus on squaring it up, not under-rotating, not over-rotating, but getting squared to the catcher. So we're going to go from the stretch. The stretch, Wyatt.
The stretch.
Same thing we've been doing. Bring your feet together at the same time. Okay, restart, Wyatt.
Okay.
You're not focusing. Okay, look at the catcher. Okay, do all your steps. Okay, twist. Go back and twist more. Okay, you want to twist sooner. No, we're not doing it fast. We're doing it slow, buddy. Go back.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on. All right, I gave Wyatt a little feedback to help him get this right so he can show you right. So Wyatt's going to go from the stretch. Come set with his feet. Once again, he's focusing on squaring up that chest as in his throwing motion. So he doesn't want to over-rotate, he doesn't want to under-rotate, and he doesn't want to rotate too late. He's focusing on going slow and getting that muscle memory in. So go ahead, Wyatt. Okay, go back and do it a little slower.
A little slower?
Mm-hmm. And show us that twist. Okay, now go back and point with your mitt. You didn't point. You curled in. Okay. Remember, we're building off of the other steps, right? Okay. He's a little tired. Okay, reset. You didn't do your feet.
Okay.
Once again, you want to focus on good form. That's why we don't rush. Point.
But I don't.
You do point. That's the good form.
Okay. I'm not used to pointing.
We're fixing his form too, because he needs to point every time. Go ahead, Wyatt. Okay, that was good. All right, we're back on. So the next drill we're going to do is the eye level drill. We're going to build on everything we did, except now Wyatt is focusing on the top of my finger, which you can't see, but if I bring it around here, you can see it. There's the top of my finger. Basically, what I'm simulating right now is a spot on the catcher's mitt. You don't want to aim for the catcher's mitt in general. You want to aim for a spot. Aim small, miss small. That way, if you miss that small spot, you're still hitting the strike zone. You're still hitting the catcher's mitt. Just like when you go target shooting and stuff like that, right, Wyatt? Okay, so Wyatt's going to go through the same steps, but what he's focusing on is keeping his eyes on the spot on the catcher's mitt, which is the top of my finger. So show us. And he's not going to go fast. See, he pointed. By keeping his eyes on there, he pointed towards that, and it helped him. Plus, he's squared up. He did a really good job. He's bending over because he's simulating coming down a mound a little bit. So you're going to do about 10 of those. Goofball. All right, so after we've done 10 of each of those, next we're going to focus on the chin drill. What we're doing here is we're focusing on keeping your chin parallel to the ground. Okay, so it's early yet, so Wyatt's having trouble staying awake. Okay, what I mean is the entire process through, you don't want to dip your chin, you don't want to raise your chin while you're keeping your eyes on that target, because if you do that, you're going to skew your aiming point. So Wyatt's going to keep his eyes on the top of my finger, but what he's really focusing on is keeping that chin parallel to the ground. Once again, we're building off of everything. So Wyatt, focus on the top of my finger and demonstrate this. He's going slowly because see how it basically looked like his head never moved, which is perfect. Some of the other little things still need work on, but that's okay because we're building up and off it, right? We're doing this every week, and we're creating that muscle memory. That's the workout today. It's not really taxing, but we built from one small thing to the next, to the next, to the next. Focus on continuing what you built on before and adding that next step in. Once again, this should only take you 10 to 15 minutes. We're going a little over 11 minutes, almost 12 minutes now, just because we're demonstrating everything, and Wyatt actually showed a couple of mistakes, which is good because other people make the mistakes, right?
Yes.
You can do it by yourself, but if you have a parent or a sibling that can help you and give you feedback so you're correcting mistakes that you might not see, that's a great thing too. We'll get you another video for tomorrow. We'll probably film it later tonight just to make sure we have it this time. So thank you very much, Wyatt, and we'll see you guys later.